Ladies and gents, welcome back to Off the Record, a podcast made by your favourite record shop, Rockabuy Records. We are a small independent record shop based in the small town of Oakham in Rutland in the UK. Come and visit us if you're after any records or fancy a chat about music, just like we do on this podcast. If you join us for the first time, welcome. If you want to go back and watch some of our older episodes, they're all available on YouTube, Amazon Podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you enjoy your podcasts. And as always, I'm joined by some of my favourite people here. This is Chris, that's Tom, and Right Dad himself, my dad Dean. How are we doing?
Hello, we're good.
How you doing?
We're good.
Right?
Welcome back, Tom.
Thank you. Yeah, just a couple of weeks
Short
rest,
sabbatical.
Yeah, loaned out to the podcast world of nowhere.
Yeah. Well, we missed you. It's been,
I missed it. I missed the last two episodes definitely.
Yeah.
So I'm pleased to be back in the seat.
But wasn't that long ago when Jordan in here?
Yeah.
Flipping heck, isn't it?
Yeah.
Seems like forever ago, doesn't it?
Does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Don't worry, he won't be.
Yeah.
I heard his voice on it. I was there listening at the work going,
So yeah, so what I think we decided we'd chat about today is we recently put out a TikTok with the Guardian newspaper did a top 50 cover versions, and it was actually a poll done by the BBC. So it's not just some random people from the Guardian doing an article. People voted on this.
Right.
So it's a real list made by the people.
The Rolling
for the
Stone
people.
magazine aren't a real list.
Exactly,
Is that
that's
right?
what I mean. Yeah,
Rolling
just-
Stone magazine is, in my opinion, a quick 5 people in the office who go, "Do you like Nirvana?" Yeah, stick it on.
Yeah.
I think Rolling Stone one is just the equivalent of just pressing shuffle on a
Yeah,
get
yeah.
a bunch
Yeah,
of songs.
Absolutely.
Number one's going to be, blimey, that's number one this week.
yeah.
That's the best song.
Ramones didn't expect it.
Yeah. Put it out.
Alice Fair, who's she? Oh,
Yeah.
we don't know. She's there anyway, so we'll just put her on
Put
the
it
list.
in there.
Got 10, yeah.
Yeah. We had a lot of comments on those on that video. People suggesting their own best covers and stuff. And I think we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. I think this list is pretty good. I think so.
It's not bad.
I don't know about you guys. There's some stuff in there that I think is missed. So should we just go through the top 10? Should I just reel them off quickly, just for those people that haven't watched the video yet?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah,
So, number 1 was Pet Shop Boys, Always on My Mind, cover of Elvis Presley.
Even that's a cover, though, isn't it?
What?
Elvis Presley. That's not the original.
Elvis was the first.
Was he?
Yeah, they wrote it
Sure.
for him.
Written
Positive.
for him.
Yeah. Everybody thinks that it was Willie Nelson, right? But Willie Nelson sang it in the 80s. Presley sang it in 72.
Oh, right.
So, yeah, he was the first one to sing it.
Well, I thought Always on My Mind was one of the only songs that Elvis wrote.
No.
No?
No.
I'm getting that completely wrong then. Yeah.
Yeah.
if anyone
cool.
knows as well.
And on a side note as well, I think it was Channel 5 that put out a top 100, or it was one of them VH1s or something, top 100 Elvis songs, and Always on My Mind was number 1 on that as well.
Blimey.
Yeah. Well,
Always on My Mind was number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, do you know why, don't you? Because Always on My Mind has been the record that has been released the most by RCA for Elvis.
Right.
There's about 15 different versions of it
Yeah.
that you can buy, you know?
Yeah.
I know. Not alternate takes.
Just
Always stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
15 different, like there's a 12-inch or there's a CD version of it, and they brought it out, and yeah, Always on My Mind's
Mini-disc.
been. Yeah, they're just
Dread to think how many of them 15 is.
Yeah.
I've got 45 of the 15.
Yeah. So number 2, Johnny Cash, Hurt, cover of the 9 Inch Nails song.
Mm-hmm.
The Stranglers, Walk On By. And number 3, originally by Dionne Warwick. Number 4, Jimi Hendrix, All Along the Watchtower, originally by Bob Dylan. Number 5, Jeff Buckley, doing Hallelujah, originally by Leonard Cohen. 6 is Soft Cell with Tainted Love, originally by
Gloria Jones.
Gloria Jones. There you go, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Gloria Jones was? I think she was married to Mark Bolan.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
There you go.
Number 7 is Joe Cocker with A Little Help From My Friends, originally by the Beatles. Sinead O'Connor, Nothing Compares to You, at number 8, originally by Prince. Number 9 is Muse with Feeling Good. I suppose the famous version is Nina Simone, but apparently it was in a musical. That's what I read. somewhere.
I thought Nina Simone was the original. I did.
No,
yeah.
no, it's an old musical
Okay,
that featured the song, and then Nina Simone's one is obviously the most famous. And then number 10, Whitney Houston with "I Will Always Love You," originally by Dolly Parton.
Okay.
Yeah,
That surprised me. That's 10.
yeah. So that's what I thought. So I think the two or three that I'd put in there, 100% without any doubt, in my opinion, Whitney Houston, Sinead O'Connor, and Jeff Buckley.
Okay.
I would 100% put those probably the top three. They'd be my top three out of that list.
Out of that list.
Yeah,
I think mine would definitely be All Along the Watchtower.
I think
Jimi
it's a
Hendrix.
fantastic version. Yeah,
It takes some guts for a song that has been out for 3 months by Bob Dylan.
yep,
But then Jimi Hendrix to go. One day he went into the dressing room, to Mitch Mitchell and whatever the other guy's called, and said to him, "Have you heard that Bob Dylan song? Yeah, we're playing it tonight." And they did it.
wow,
Well, what chords are we? What key are we doing it in? Oh, we'll do it. We'll do it in A minor, I think. But then we tune half a step down,
yeah,
and they did it. And then he goes, "Right, should we record that?"
yeah,
And just ever since then, that takes some balls, doesn't
yeah. That's pretty.
it?
Yeah,
To cover a song that only come out a couple of months before.
yep,
So yeah, that'd be up there. And Hallelujah for me definitely
Yeah.
deserves to be up there.
yep.
By Jeff Buckley. Although I did hear a great cover of it the other day by KD Lang.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You
That
ever
was
heard of KD Lang.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah,
I've
no,
not heard
yeah.
the song.
I
Have you heard it?
that's
So
not the
many
one that was on
covers.
Shrek, was it?
No, that was Loud and Wainwright.
That was Loud and Wainwright, yeah, yeah,
Loud
yeah.
and Wainwright, wasn't it? No, not Loud and Wainwright. No, it was. What's his name? It'll come to me soon. It's something
Not
Wainwright.
Rufus
isn't it?
Wainwright.
That wasn't Loud and Wainwright. It was
Rufus.
Rufus Wainwright.
Yeah.
Rufus Wainwright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's been covered so many times, hasn't it?
yeah.
So
Oh,
many
hundreds
times.
That one in
of hundreds.
Shrek's a good version.
It is a good version. Yes,
I
lovely.
It's
love-
similar to that.
Sung by-
KD Lang
sung by
one's similar
Donkey.
to that.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
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 I've got to be honest, I think Soft Cell Tainted Love.
Yeah.
I love that song. I think it's, I don't know about top 10, but it's
It's a good song. Yeah.
it's not a bad cover.
Was it a rockabilly song? Am I
No,
making
Northern-
that
it was
up?
a Northern
The
Soul
Northern
song.
Soul, yeah.
Oh,
Northern
right,
Soul.
Northern Soul, yeah.
Marilyn Manson do a
I
good
was gonna
version
say
of it,
Marilyn
don't they?
Manson does a
yeah.
banging version.
Yeah,
That's
Marilyn
what's
Manson do a
growing up,
great
that is.
version of it.
Mm.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I would say that Nothing Compares to You deserves to be on there. Hallelujah is a great track.
Mhm.
And Whitney nails it, don't she?
Yeah, I think.
I think Whitney
Whitney's song,
absolutely.
really, isn't it?
You
But
know,
Right, go on. You go.
I was just going to say because there's a difference between. I think there's a difference between a really good cover of a song that's already really good anyway, and a song that completely just redefines that song. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think the thing with Johnny Cash being at number 2, it's a completely different version.
Yeah.
Like entirely different. And I think that's what's so special about it and so kind of powerful about it is that it's not 9 Inch Nails. It's not that kind of it's got its own spin. And Pet Shop Boys always on my mind. It's different to the original.
totally.
Yeah, completely different and better. Maybe not. You know, it's
It's almost two different songs, isn't it?
But I think with Whitney Houston, I Will Always Love You. Like when I think of that song, like Dolly Parton never even crosses my mind.
No, never.
No.
I mean, you know that song? I think it was until Rihanna Umbrella was the longest standing number 1.
Really?
It was number 1 November 1992 to January 1993.
Right.
What?
it's only
I
2
Will Always
days, though,
Love
isn't it?
yeah.
But have you heard the Dolly Parton version?
Like the 20th of November to the.
You heard the Dolly
7th or
Parton
8th.
version?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Tell a
I've
quick
heard
little
it.
story about that song.
I
Originally
think-
written for Elvis.
Was it?
Yeah. There you go.
Nail that, wouldn't it?
Yeah, Elvis wanted to sing it, and Dolly gave it to. I was going to give it to him, but Colonel
In that room.
said to Dolly, "Well, so the story goes, right? It's 50-50, you know that, don't you?" And Dolly went, "I ain't getting 50-50 for this.
Yeah.
No way." She said, "Well, 50-50 or nothing." And she said, "Well, nothing then. Okay, I'll sing it myself." And that. Is,
Right.
Yeah.
I reckon.
He
wouldn't-
I reckon.
Yeah,
There's going to be a release of it. though.
Gotta be somewhere, innit?
there isn't a version of it. Now,
were you there?
Were
Were you there on the day?
Sorry, sorry. I thought your name was Dean, not Dolly.
Yeah.
He didn't sing it, but I bet you there's an AI version of it somewhere of Elvis
yeah.
singing it.
Yeah.
bet
I
there
like
is.
Dolly Parton's version,
Yeah.
and I feel
both
like it
versions
is
are great.
a totally different version.
Yeah.
because I feel like you can feel a little bit more with Dolly's version,
Mhm.
as in there's a bit of pain there, isn't there? There's a bit of vulnerability with
Yeah.
her version. Do you know what I mean? Instead of Whitney Houston's obviously sensational, but she just powerhouses it out, and it's wow, breathtaking. But Dolly's is a little bit more vulnerability to it, and a bit more. It feels like a sadder story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I get what you mean.
Make any sense?
Yeah.
So it feels like two different versions and two different songs.
Yeah, I do prefer the Whitney one.
Oh yeah,
I
it's
prefer
think
Whitney.
it's
powerhouse.
Dolly,
Number one the day I was born.
Was
Whitney
it really?
Houston, I will always love you.
Yeah. Ow.
there you go.
That's how you know that it was.
Yeah, that's how I know the dates.
Yeah.
It was,
Yeah.
It was something
You're not
like
just some crazy Whitney fan.
it went from Jamie. Shout out Jamie. It was best man at my wedding. It goes from like the day he was born to the day I was born.
Right.
There you go. Yeah.
I don't know my one. I think it's Meatloaf, wasn't it?
What
You'd
you
know.
born? Yeah, it was Meatloaf when you.
I will
were
do
born,
anything for love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm completely off track, but I'm
But he went
absolutely obsessed with people number one the day they were born.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
why. I
When
just
I was
absolutely love
When
it.
you was born, it was the Shoop Shoop song by Cher.
Brilliant.
What was the week before?
I
was
don't-
actually due.
I can't tell you that because I think it was the Shoop Shoop song. So I
So
think you.
that's
if I was a week later,
Either way, you were screwed.
Yeah.
if I was a week later, it was 2 Unlimited, no limits.
I think Jordan got the best.
There you get.
Done it back in anger.
Oh yeah.
Did he really? Wow.
No, he didn't actually.
Did he?
He actually got. I think it was Spaceman. I think
Oh, Babylon Zoo.
Babylon Zoo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Mine's the worst Beatles song ever. Yellow Submarine. Come on.
It depends what sort of mood you're in.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But we digress.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So following on from the TikTok, we obviously had a lot of suggestions in our comments. Some really good suggestions. But then Chris, you did your own video,
I did, yeah. I did a top 20
top 20.
of my own, in my opinion,
Yeah,
ones. Yeah.
yeah. What were the what's the
run
reaction?
through 'em?
Yeah, what was the reaction to that? Was
Oh, people kick off all over the
Yeah.
place today.
I was going to say, this has actually been quite tame for us so far,
Yeah.
as far as lists go and agreeing
So
and
I put one out
disagreeing.
there. I got a fair few, interactions on it. My one.
and what we'll do is we'll add our own after we've heard your list, because your list was pretty good, I thought.
I'll do top 20. I'll just run through them quickly. Me and Bobby McGee, Janis Joplin,
Yeah,
at
good
number
one, yeah.
20. Tennessee Waltz by Sam Cooke at number 19.
this is your
This is
version.
my personal one,
okay,
yeah. Got My Mind Set on You, George Harrison.
Right.
Yeah. Whiskey in the Jar by either Thin Lizzy or Metallica.
Mhm.
They're both great versions.
Yep.
Metallica's version is brilliant.
Somewhere Over the Rainbow by Eva Cassidy,
Yep.
which she's not. Is she in the list at all? Anywhere. A lot of her songs were covers, weren't they? Oh, there she is. Yeah,
I think all of
Songbird,
them.
18.
Yes. Yeah.
I put Come On Feel the Noise by Oasis. That caused some.
You love that, don't you?
Oh, I absolutely love it. I think it's the best version of that song. out
Played
there.
that exclusively at the end of my wedding.
Yeah.
Well, played the song. You didn't play
Yeah.
necessarily Oasis version.
Played
Just
our version.
through the yeah. Only you. Everyone else was just at the bar
This
saying
song,
goodbye, and I was like,
There is another cover of that, though, isn't there?
Quite Right did it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Quite
Slade,
Right.
Quite Right, and
Yeah.
Oasis.
Mm.
Then Tennessee Whiskey.
Oh, Tennessee Whiskey.
again.
Tennessee Whiskey.
No, he had Tennessee Waltz from,
Oh.
from Sam Cooke.
Caravan of Love. House
Yeah.
Martins.
Oh my god.
It's got to be up there. I Will Always Love You. Help for My Friends. Respect by Aretha Franklin.
Yes. Yep.
That I'm
It is-
surprised he's not up there.
Yeah, I think it is on the list there somewhere. It's number 17 on the BBC Guardian list.
Killing Me Softly.
Oh yeah.
Boo Gees.
Gees.
Yeah. Great. Yeah.
Who did that originally?
Roberta Flack. And Elvis does a good version as well.
Does he?
No, he doesn't.
Hard to Handle. Black Crows.
Yep.
Yeah.
Originally by was that Otis Redding as well?
Otis Redding as
Yeah.
well. Nothing Compares to You. I've put That's Alright Mama in there
Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah, yeah.
as a cover because
Arthur Crudup, wasn't it?
that revolutionised music.
Started
I'm going to say that started
Yeah. Yeah.
1954.
Never mind the day
I'm
the music
trying
died,
to
the day the music
turn my
was
volume
born.
down so just in case somebody rings me. So do
That's all right,
apologise.
that's
Yeah, that's right.
Something Else, Sex Pistols.
Oh, got to be there, innit?
Instead, as opposed to Eddie Cochran does a great one. Sound of Silence, Disturbed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then All Along the Watchtower. Man Who Sold the World by Nirvana was my
Yep.
number 2.
Yeah.
And then number 1 was Hallelujah by Jeff Buckley.
Yeah.
That's my top 20.
I think that's a good list.
Yeah?
It's a good list. Yeah. Yeah. And as soon as I saw your video, I wrote down some of my own as well.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
I miss some out?
I think so.
You're going to say like Life is a Highway or something like that?
Oh, that you know, that's fantastic.
what
What
was
a
that
shout! Yeah, Life is a Highway by Rascal Flatts.
Ah.
I didn't think about that, to be honest.
Is that a cover?
That's a cover, yeah.
All right.
The original is a lot of harmonica in it,
Yeah.
but Rascal Flatts nailed that.
Yeah.
Such a I wrote down Free Falling, John Mayer.
Ooh, yeah, cool.
Yeah, good one.
Good one.
I Can't Make You Love Me, George Michael,
George Michael.
Oh,
Great.
originally by Bonnie Raitt.
Yeah.
That's
Good shout.
that-
Very good shout.
That I'd put that in my top 5.
I want to cry now.
Yeah, I know. Torn by Natalie Imbruglia.
I didn't know that was a cover.
I didn't know that was a cover. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people don't. Originally by this weird, like I
Al
think it's-
Yankovic?
No. They're like a Scandinavian band. That just like released it on a whim, and a record label just said, "Do you want to cover this song that's from like Norway or something?" And I said, "Yeah,
How
yeah."
did they
go
find
for it."
that?
That's what
But
I mean.
they do,
yeah,
don't they? They do.
Yeah. Found it on a bootleg somewhere.
Who's bootlegged it?
To Make You Feel My Love, Adele.
Adele, yeah.
Yeah, I
that's a
think
Dylan
so.
one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Forget that.
And I've got 2 Simply Red ones, Angel and Positively 4th Street.
Oh, Positively 4th Street.
Great
Yeah.
track. That's on the Red album, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
great. Although Brian Ferry does a good version of that as well, doesn't he?
Yes, actually, yeah. Yeah.
Dylan-esque.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. There's some good additions there.
So yeah. So what makes a really good cover though? That's what I think. I think from what I said like earlier, like I think it's taking a song that already exists and making it something new.
We'll take my top 2 covers. Number 1 is Hallelujah by Jeff Buckley, which is on this list as well. You listen to the Leonard Cohen version and it's awful. I don't like it. I don't know why people go crazy about the Leonard Cohen version, because it's dreary and miserable. Then you listen to the Jeff Buckley version and he just adds this new feel to it. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And same with my number 2, which was Man Who Sold the World. It takes some guts to cover a David Bowie song
What's this?
On MTV Live.
on MTV Live
MTV
Unplugged. But then to arguably do it better than Bowie, and whenever someone says, "Oh, do you know the song Man Who Sold the World?" you immediately
By
think
Nirvana.
of Nirvana,
Mhm.
don't you?
Yeah.
That's what makes a good cover.
I love that you see kids online. Are just like it's a bit like how did Kurt Cobain write this?
Yeah.
How did-
yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think whenever you hear the song and the cover artist is the first one you think of,
Yeah.
That's
what
when
makes-
it's great.
That's
yeah.
when you think, "Oh, that's a good one."
Yeah. You got any additions, Dad, Tom?
What my own
Yeah.
covers that I think Working Class Hero, Manic
Yep.
Street Preachers, and also Green Day have done a cut version.
Yep.
Both versions.
I wasn't expecting that.
Oh.
Working Class Hero by the Manics.
Fed Away Tigers.
Yeah.
Right,
Bonus track.
that day stuck with me when we listened to that. that stuck with me.
Yeah. Manics
yeah.
do a few good covers, don't they?
Yeah.
You know what? I'll tell you, and get ready for the onslaught. Oasis are known as the Beatles cover band.
Yep.
Actually, some incredible covers
Go on.
by Oasis. Come on, Feel the Noise. Obviously. Heroes. Street Fighting Man.
Right.
Say it. Go on.
What am I missing?
You're missing a banger.
Oh, the Walrus.
Close.
They did You Got to Hide Your Love Away as well, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep going.
What am I missing?
Come on. It's an obvious one. It's not
No point
that
asking
obvious,
me.
but if you're an Oasis fan, then
Don't be like that.
I'll give you a clue. They normally tie it in with whatever.
Oh, Octopus's Garden.
Yes.
I see. I don't class that because I didn't sing Octopus's Garden.
Yeah.
But yeah, adding that at the end. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Right.
Banger.
Yeah.
So I think Oasis, for being known as the Beatles cover band, which all of you call it, are actually very, very good cover. They did Noel Gallagher did a version of Help in LA
Yeah.
for the Beatles, and it was just like, rather than it was just a slowed down,
Mhm.
like man busking on street crying, need some money.
When we saw Noel
No.
Gallagher, one of the highlights of the night
Oh.
was the Mighty Quinn, wasn't it? When he came on after the encore
He-
and played the Mighty Quinn.
He did
by
he came on it.
Manfred Mann.
He did Bob. Didn't he do Bob,
Bob
Dylan?
Dylan.
It's a Dylan song, yeah.
Yeah,
Bob Dylan. Yeah.
yeah.
He came. Yeah.
Mighty Quinn.
He came. Yeah. He just came on. He went right. He just came on. And went right. This one's Bob Dylan, and we went what?
Yeah.
What do you mean this one's Bob Dylan? Yeah. Yeah. And I think Liam Gallagher and John Squire have just covered Jumping Jack Flash. Yeah.
Right.
On their all for their album. So, but anyway, you wanted my covers, didn't you?
Yeah.
Rather than me just going
That's
off
all right,
on
no worries,
going off on a naming 10 Oasis covers.
No.
On my covers, there's a so Mannix,
Yep.
Green Day, and so on the the One Love Help War Child albums,
Yep.
Ellie Jones, Nothing Compares to You.
Oh.
That's a great shout.
Good one.
That was the B-side, wasn't it? To
Well, we thought Mr. Writer, but when we came up a few episodes ago and said it was Don't Let Me Down,
Don't Let Me Down, yeah.
no, I can't.
good version as well.
Version.
I thought I could have sworn it was Mr. Writer's B-side, but
Mm.
Yeah.
Don't Let Me Down's a good version.
and how about this?
Stereophonics, Don't Let Me Down.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And people saying on the comments, Handbags and the Glad Rags
Yeah,
Great shout, yeah.
yeah.
better than
Great shout.
Rod Stewart's version.
Yeah.
Is it Rod Stewart?
Yeah, let's do it,
Yeah, yeah.
Never ever do I think, oh, Rod Stewart.
Yeah,
When-
that's
when
what I mean.
someone
Yeah,
says-
yeah. It's Stereophonics. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And finally, Blue Suede Shoes, Elvis Presley.
Got to be in it.
Better than Carl Perkins. Sorry, Carl, if you're listening.
Yeah. Hound Dog, Elvis Presley.
Any early Elvis Presley song.
Yeah.
Because it's just the difference. It goes from being I think the Carl Perkins version just sounds like man in pub with guitar.
Mm-hmm.
It's going like, it's a one for the money.
Mm.
And then everyone else join in.
Chung, chung,
Yeah. But the Elvis
for
one, it's got
chung, chung.
power and force behind it that
Mm-hmm.
Revolutionised.
Yeah.
changed music forever.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's probably
Yeah.
why we're
Yeah.
all sat here now, really.
Yeah.
Deep down.
Yeah.
What about yourself, Dad? You got any?
Well, yeah, first of all, I've got to mention as well, because I've done all the boys' number ones for
Yeah.
on the day they were born. Elsie's was The Tamperer, Feel It.
Oh right, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
He wasn't turning his phone down. He was
No,
Googling
yeah,
that.
it's Googling
He was
that,
Googling
yeah,
that. Yeah, go on.
Oh, I had to check Mum's. No, no, I knew Mum's. Mum was Green Wing West of Home by Tom Jones.
Oh right, okay.
Oh,
Yeah. Anyway, I think that I'll Cry Instead by Joe Cocker is an absolute
Yeah.
one of the best Beatles covers.
Yeah.
Mm.
Right. I think it's just unbelievable. I also like Elvis Presley's version of Bridge Over Troubled Water.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is
Yep.
that to me is, I mean, Simon and Garfunkel's version is brilliant, but Elvis just absolutely
Do you think it's better?
think it's better.
Yes.
better. Yeah, ridiculously better. But
Ridiculously.
ridiculously. But I do like the
ridiculously
version. I
word.
do like the version on the Philharmonic Orchestra version where they bring that guitar in, and it's
Yeah.
really, really
One of those songs,
nice.
if you sit long enough
You
and
know.
think about it, you can cry.
Eva
Absolutely.
Cassidy did a good version of Bridge Over Troubled
Yeah.
Water as well.
There's also
Yeah, I think I'm the
a
odd one
great.
out then. I prefer the Simon and Garfunkel version.
Yeah.
Of Bridge Over
yeah.
Troubled Water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Art Garfunkel just. Yeah.
Okay.
His vocals in that just.
I think
mesmerising.
I think for me, I'm very, very committed to Elvis Presley.
Yeah, I think.
And I'll die on this hill.
I think you three. Yeah, I think you three
very,
are
very,
probably not going
very
to change your mind on that.
biased.
But yeah,
Yeah.
but it might just be because I'm a massive Paul Simon fan as well, and
Mm.
watched an interview on how he wrote that song as well, and it just it makes you realise how good that song is, regardless of who sang it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the fact that Paul Simon put his kind of heart and soul into it, I don't know.
It's
Maybe,
a little bit like Hallelujah, where do people really know the original? Like,
Yeah,
you got
yeah,
to dig for the original almost. I suppose Simon Garfunkel is quite a famous one, but Hallelujah is 500 versions.
Was
Yeah.
Jeff Buckley the first person to cover Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen?
I can't tell you that. I don't know.
No, I
Because
don't know.
Hey, when
if
you're older.
anything, that would then...
Put it on the map.
Yeah.
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 I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I've just thought of another one.
Absolutely.
that I thought of earlier and was desperate to come and say, but Arctic Monkeys come together at the London Olympics.
Oh, right, okay.
Very, very,
It's great though, yeah.
yeah, very specific. There's big hype around, like, they're actually going to do that.
Yeah.
And nailed it.
Another Arctic Monkeys one, isn't there?
Baby I'm Yours.
Oh,
That's a good version, isn't
great
it?
version.
Yeah. I also like the Scissor Sisters doing Comfortably Numb.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
That's a really, really good cover.
Yeah.
Pink Floyd's Comfortably Numb.
Yeah. I don't think it's better.
Yeah.
It's not better than Pink Floyd, but it's a good version.
Saved yourself there, didn't you?
No, it's a good version.
I got both the Sisters
I can't
CDs
say
in
I've
my
heard
car.
it. I can't say I've heard
I've not heard it.
Comfortably Numb.
No.
No.
Yeah.
But the Beatles when they first started, they were the number one cover band, really, weren't they? They did a lot of covers.
Mm.
A lot of
And
bands then did, didn't they?
yeah, but
Rolling
I think
Stones,
I think
first
that
album was all covers.
probably their most famous cover, I reckon, is Twist and Shout.
Yeah.
I think Twist and Shout is better than the Isley
Yeah.
Brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it is really good. But and then I'll go back to my favourite George Michael when he did Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me on Live Aid. I think that was just brilliant. And he also did. Can you class?
Go on, say it. I know what you're going
Somebody
to say.
to Love as a cover because Queen were there, weren't they? Is it a cover because they
Vocally,
were there?
it's a cover, isn't it?
Yeah, but Queen he played with Queen, didn't
Yeah.
he? So it's not.
I wouldn't class that as a cover.
No, I wouldn't
I
class it
think
as a
it's
cover.
Queen featuring George
Yeah.
Michael. That's
Yeah.
where
So-
I'd put it. Yeah.
Yeah, which is why with Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me when he sings with Elton, Elton's there and it's his song, isn't
Yeah,
it? So
yeah.
it's not a cover, but he did do it on Live Aid. It's
Yeah.
a really good version of that. So yeah, that was. I mean, but I also think that the Disturbed Sound of Silence should be on that list.
A lot of people don't like it.
Really?
That's what
I
a
had
lot
that on
of
my
the
video
comments were saying. How can you even listen to that version? And again, Simon and Garfunkel's version is amazing, though.
Yeah.
I can kind of understand why people don't like the version because Simon and Garfunkel's version, you'd have thought it was like a song that was like an old folk song, a bit like Whiskey in the Jar.
Yeah.
Like you'd have thought it was kind of that kind of song because it's so kind of poetic and very kind of ethereal and I don't know. But it's
I think the thing with Disturbed, because they're a hard rock band,
yeah.
like heavy rock.
Yeah,
We're talking.
I can't listen to them because they're too heavy for me.
They're a heavy rock band, and a lot of their stuff is loud and in your face. And
Yeah.
for them to release that,
Yeah,
for it to be as powerful and
yeah.
amazing as it is, I think that kind of one of the reasons why it's.
I
so
can
amazing.
remember listening to it. The first time I listened to it, Ken Bruce played it on Radio 2 as his record of the week, and he said that at the end of the week, it was the one record that had the most positive comments of, "Oh my God, that
Wow.
is an unbelievable." And I'll be the first to admit that I think it's a fantastic version.
Yeah.
And I bought the album. It's just for that. I can't listen to the rest of the album. The album's too heavy for me. But that is just.
It's when he comes in halfway through, like, and he sings the octave higher, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he gives you that rock voice
Yeah,
that's
Yeah.
it sends you.
It's powerful.
Yeah, it's
Very
powerful.
powerful.
But like I said, some people just don't like it.
No.
And what was I going to say? I was going to say,
Keep thinking of other ones, all along. Just
Yeah, I
keep,
know, I
keep
just-
going. Oh,
yeah,
I've thought of one just looking over there. Live and Let Die, Guns N' Roses.
that was
Ooh.
another comment that we got. Yeah, yeah, a lot
And
of people.
arguably Knocking on Heaven's Door, Guns N' Roses.
Knocking on Heaven's Door's lovely. Yeah, yeah, it's a good song. Yeah,
the record shop is not a good place for us to do this.
I know,
Just
I
keep-
know.
I
We should
looked
look
over
around.
there. The Jam. There's an album that came out called Fire and Skill, Songs by the Jam.
Yep.
Noel Gallagher doing To Be Someone.
right.
Real good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
have a go when off.
looking around again.
It's
Jeff
a
Beck.
nightmare. It's an absolute nightmare. This
It is a
place.
nightmare. Yeah,
It is a nightmare.
Ah!
Jeff Beck, A Day in the Life.
Oh,
Have you heard that?
I have.
It's not obviously not the Beatles,
Yeah, the Beatles are down.
What? It's a cover of A Day in the Life by the Beatles.
but it's not a singing one. It's just a guitar cover. It's just a instrumental.
Yeah,
You
Instrumental
wouldn't dare
version.
do the lyrics, would you?
it's in my opinion, A Day in the Life we're never going to top. So
that's-
just I think you got to be ballsy to
I'm
do
ditto
a
on that
cover.
one.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
cover it. Yeah.
By far my favourite.
I think it's the best we're ever going to have.
Yeah. Ever
Yeah.
in life.
Makes you want to give up music that's that good.
Makes you want
Like,
to sell the record
yeah.
shop and just
Yeah,
say,
absolutely. That's
"Day
it.
in the life is too
Yeah.
good." Shut
Well,
the doors.
Yes, it's really a day in the life,
Yeah.
basically, isn't it?
Yeah.
Of a rock.
Nobody
of
else
a
needs
record
any more
shop owner.
records.
That's it.
You just
What?
need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About that song.
And-
We could do a podcast over 3 episodes on just that song.
Yeah.
Not a single either.
No.
Never released it.
Just an album track. Just stay out there, will you?
Stick at the end.
Yeah.
What should we put
Yeah.
on?
Yeah.
But most of the Beatles stuff, most of the Beatles, fantastic songs, were all hidden. Well, not hidden. They were all album tracks,
Yeah.
Yeah.
weren't they? Most of them.
Yeah.
There's really, really good, like Hey Jude and Let It Be, and and The Long and Winding Road.
Yeah.
And they were all good songs.
Should we look at the White Album,
But-
Dan?
But there's a lot of
Yeah.
great tracks.
Golden Slumbers, that was never a single.
Oh.
No,
Into
no.
Carry That Weight,
in my life,
Into the End.
in my life weren't.
Oh, speaking of In My Life,
Yeah.
here's one for you. In My Life, obviously the Beatles, one of their best and most amazing songs ever. 10 years after released, George Harrison covered it.
All right.
Have you heard that version?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was
it's
going to
good.
ask about this.
You've heard the George Harrison version.
Yeah,
So
it's
George
great
Harrison covering a Beatles.
I think us 3 listen to it in here.
I think we
Yeah,
did.
we did. Yeah.
And he's changed it totally.
Yeah.
I've never
Totally.
heard
Oh,
it.
mate, I've got to play
Good.
it to you after.
Yeah.
He changes it totally. And I'm not saying it's better, but it's a totally different version, isn't it? It's all drums and electric
Right.
guitar and,
Does
banging version.
Can a Beatle cover a Beatles song? Is it a cover when it's...
Different version.
So Liam Gallagher's covered Oasis songs. All he is a cover artist in his gigs and a couple of his own songs.
That's
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe.
Don't know.
Yeah,
That's what I want to know. Yeah.
tricky, isn't it? Yeah.
That is tricky, isn't it? Because all the people who have all the front men, if you like, who have left the bands,
Yeah.
they're still singing the band's songs. Like you went to see the Kasabian, didn't you? Tom,
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
you?
so
And he was
yeah.
singing a lot of Kasabian songs, wasn't he?
Far out
Are
5
they
songs.
covers?
Mm.
So go back to the list, right?
Yeah.
Is there any ones on there that you think? Wait a minute, what is this?
At number 19,
I was gonna
you've
say
got
number 19.
number 19. You've got "Run" by Leona Lewis, which is a great song. Was it Snow Patrol that did the
Yeah.
original version? It's a really, really good song, and I love Leona Lewis. I think she's probably the best. Actually, she is the best singer that's ever come out of a talent show.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'd
yeah.
say that.
I don't think we've had any better.
Them and
Maybe
her and Jedwood.
Maybe James Arthur.
Yeah, I was going to say, what?
James Arthur's great.
James
yeah.
Arthur.
Did you not see Chico?
Chico, yeah.
Maybe
You know
we'll-
what, I'll tell you what, though. The year Leona Lewis won, I think the runner-up was that kid called Ray.
Ray Quinn.
Right,
Oh,
you remember?
yeah.
I think so.
Oh,
Yeah,
I think I've seen him in a
He was
pantomime.
very, he was
Great
very,
ice
very,
skater, wasn't he?
very, very, yeah, he was, yeah, very like 50s, 60s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I liked him because I know I don't talk about him, but I like Elvis. And he had that sound about him. He was great.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
But as you say, I think it was
Yeah.
Vicky Hall.
yeah, and that's it. And I think, so I think putting that in there is very random, but
I think there's probably better. I think there's better. It's a great song and great artist, but I think there's better covers.
yeah, and
What's go from 18 down again?
so you've got Eva Cassidy, Songbird, Aretha Franklin, Respect,
Yeah.
Nirvana, Man Who Sold the World,
Yeah.
China Drum with Wuthering Heights. I don't know
Okay.
that
What
one.
by Kate
Better than Kate Bush.
Kate Bush?
I don't know.
All right.
Yeah.
We're talking like you've written that then.
Yeah. yeah. The Clash, I Fought the Law.
That's a good shout.
Yeah.
Good shout.
Shout.
Didn't think of that.
Yeah. This Mortal Coil, Song to the Siren. Do you know that one?
I think this Mortal Core were a 4AD album, 4AD label, weren't they? And I haven't heard that one.
No.
No.
Okay.
We've never heard of them, and
yeah.
had
I know what label they're on, but I can't.
I've never even heard of 4AD. Like,
4AD,
The
yeah,
band.
you know 4AD.
Yeah.
4AD were a big kind of a bit gothy, a bit indie
Yeah.
label. They were,
Cult.
yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah, Bauhaus, I think, were on 4AD.
Okay, yeah.
The Beggars Banquet and stuff. They were, they were along 4 line. I mean, the biggest, the Cocteau Twins are on 4AD. There you go.
Yeah, no, Cocktail Twins.
Yeah.
And then you've got Marvin Gaye, Heard It Through the Grapevine. And
Who originally did that one?
Sorry?
Who originally did that one?
I don't know. I can have a look though.
So I'll have a look. You keep reading.
All right, okay. And Adele, To Make You Feel My Love.
Oh, well, that's right. Yeah.
So yeah, we've said most of them. I remember one that I just thought of. I can't remember the name of the song though.
I'm going to get my encyclopedia of covers. We'll have this one nailed.
Yeah.
We must have listed off like 30 that are not
The
on
one
the
by
list.
Yeah, look.
Yeah, look.
go on.
Heard it through the grapevine. Norman Whitfield and Barrett Strong.
Right,
Then it was Gladys Knight.
right,
Then it was Marvin Gaye.
right.
Marvin Gaye was 1968. Gladys Knight 1967. And the other guys wrote it 1966.
Right.
That's 3 covers in 3 years.
When Barrett Strong, didn't he do
The very
Money?
covers era.
Didn't he
though.
first?
Can you
didn't
imagine
he-
releasing a song now? And
Then it gets
next year it
covered
gets
3
covered.
times.
Yeah, in 3 years.
Well, that's what.
I can't think songs that come out now, modern day music. I can't picture a cover. Like,
Yeah.
I can't picture being covers.
Yeah.
Somebody covering Taylor Swift song, for example,
Yeah.
in 50 years' time.
But yeah, like,
An
but
acoustic guitar,
Yeah.
and a triangle.
but you think like, but the how quick they were doing it as well.
Yeah, they're churning
Like-
them out. Like we need to get on that. With I don't know this, but we're like copyright laws and things, and licenses and things like that non-existent or
No, they would have had to license them out. Yeah, they've always had licenses and publishers. That's what publishers were there for.
yeah.
20s, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. This,
that one that came, I don't know.
It's like poetry. All poems
Yeah.
and stuff like that were all
It's like
licensed and published.
when in the 50s there was a lot of artists doing the same song, like the song "Only 16" by Sam Cooke. In the same year,
Yeah.
you had I think Al Saxon did a copy version of it, so did Craig Douglas, and they're all in the charts at the same time. And you're thinking, wait a minute, and like Singing the Blues was Guy Mitchell and Tommy Steele, and you're thinking, wait a minute, like we said earlier about Blue Suede Shoes. Same time, Carl Perkins in the
Yeah,
charts
to be honest,
with
So in the charts
with the
at the same
same
time.
with the same song
Yeah, number 3,
at the
number
same
5.
time.
Yeah.
And so they were all doing the covers back then, you know, and it was just weird. I mean, it must have been weird
Yeah.
thinking, well, I like Craig Douglas's version rather than Sam Cooke. So
Well, that's what they. Yeah, I wonder if that's what people like. That's
Yeah.
what you
Which
went for.
version do you prefer?
Which version
Yeah.
do you prefer? Yeah. But this is the song you like, but your five groups.
I can remember hearing a story about when Little Richard sang Tutti Frutti, and it was a little bit kind of for 1956. It was a bit risky to sing Tutti Frutti, and there was a guy who was a good wholesome Christian boy called Pat Boone, right? And he used to sing a lot of like it was like a rock and roll crooner, if you like.
Yeah.
And he sang, and the record company said to him, "We've got to make a mellowed down version of Tutti Frutti," right? And so Pat Boone comes along and sings Tutti Frutti in a kind of a crooner kind of
Yeah.
version. And it's just, I got a gal named Sue. I know just what to
Yeah.
do. It's just like you can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe they were just because it was kind of a new thing, wasn't it? Buying records was still fairly new in its kind of age, and the only people that were buying records before were probably rich people, and so it became more accessible to buy records. So similar to
Yeah.
the Beatles releasing an album every 6 months, they probably had to get them out to make enough money to keep the record
Yeah.
labels alive and keep the publishers alive. So that's probably why, you know, Johnny Cash took on "It Ain't Me, Babe" by Bob Dylan. Similar, like a month later after he heard it, he's just like put it on and said, "Right, I'm going to do that one." Yeah. Rang up Bob Dylan and said, "Yeah, I'm going to do your song if that's all right."
Didn't Elvis cover something by the Beatles in 19?
Yeah. Almost immediately after.
Yeah, when it came out on Abbey Road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they said, didn't they, that that in the first year after the Beatles were released yesterday, it had been covered over 1,000 times by 1,000 different artists in the first year. Yesterday. And that was just that was an album track. Never brought out a single. Weird, isn't it?
Yeah, weird.
Yeah.
Very
Cool.
weird.
Yeah. I thought of another one. What's the Celine Dion song? Crazy high vocals in it. It's got an amazing key change. It's not Unchained Melody, is it?
Unchained Melody.
No,
Celine
it's
Dion.
not. Oh, it's amazing. Oh, I'm gonna have to Google it. It's annoying me.
I know she did a great. Celine Dion did a great version of a Jim Steinman song, and Meatloaf covered it, but
Yeah.
Celine Dion. Oh, what's it called? It's Anyway, go on.
No, what
That's
is
what
it?
I was thinking about. Didn't we?
No,
That's the one thing. It's all coming back to me. It's
Yeah.
a great track. That is.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it.
Celine Dion.
All by myself.
All by myself.
Oh right, yeah.
Oh right, yeah, okay.
Who was that originally by?
Eric Carmen.
Yeah,
Pluck that out.
yeah. Amazing
Yeah.
version. That's all I'm gonna
Yeah.
say. Yeah, yeah.
Eric Carmen recently died.
Really?
Yeah, last month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who else died as well the other day?
He died. He originally sang "Hungry Eyes" and the Dirty Dancing soundtrack.
Oh right.
Yeah, go on. Who died?
No, I can't remember now.
Okay,
I
sorry.
can't remember his name. Someone from the Allman Brothers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
One of the Allman Brothers.
Never mind.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think we've covered a lot without the pun. Yeah,
Can I just say something about
Go on.
the Stranglers?
You want? Yeah.
I hadn't heard their version of "Walk On By," right? And I did mention it on the TikTok, and controversially, I'm going to say, sorry. For those who are saying it's the best cover version ever, I'm going to say I've got to disagree with you, because I personally think the Dionne Warwick's version is absolutely stonking. And and for me to say that I hadn't heard the Stranglers "Walk On By" was
yeah,
but I didn't even know they'd done it.
yeah.
But I do like Dionne Warwick's version.
I like
And
Dionne
when-
Warwick's version.
I think the Stranglers. I think he sounds off key all the time. Is that he's meant to be singing it that way, or is it?
I haven't heard it.
You haven't heard?
I haven't heard it.
Yeah.
Take a listen to it.
We listened to
Yeah, we
it.
listened to it, and it just. Yeah, I'm going to get slated for this, so I do apologise, but I don't like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a couple of. I don't think covers don't always work, do they?
Yeah, well, on this list, number 39 is Wonderwall, Ryan Adams' version. Have you
Ryan
heard it?
Adams.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah. He's done a whole Oasis album.
Has he?
Yeah. Released it. He only released it this year though.
I prefer Mike Flowers' Pop's version better, don't you?
Well, he
Remember that one? Remember that?
Yeah.
Ryan Adams also did the entire 1989 album by Taylor Swift.
Really?
Have you seen that?
No?
It's
Oh, I see. Yeah, he's done
It was-
albums.
It was very, very weird. It just 1989 came out whenever it was, 2012, 2013 or so, and about 2 months later he released his 1989. Very weird. And then I found it in
But it's not like we were just saying.
Yeah.
Like back in the 50s,
That's what I
that
mean,
used to be a
yeah.
normal thing. didn't it?
He's actually very original.
He's
Yeah.
done it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you
Bringing it-
don't
You're
see it
mental, mate.
nowadays.
You are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we're talking Ryan Adams, yeah?
Ryan Adams.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not Brian Adams, the most
No.
famous Canadian singer.
No. And then when HMV in Peterborough was shutting down, sad day, they had loads of vinyl on sale, and Ryan Adams' 1989 was in there.
And you bought it?
Yeah, for a fiver. I'm taking that. And Chris Stapleton in the living room one, the living room volume 1, whatever it's called.
From a room.
From a room. £4.
Oh.
I was like, best £4 I've ever spent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's good. Good little haul that was. Yeah.
Going back to Chris Stapleton, Tennessee Whiskey.
Oh,
Tennessee Whiskey's a good.
It's a good cover on it. Let's put that song back on the map.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a great cover.
yeah.
Have you
Yeah,
heard the original?
The original is very.
It's very country, isn't it?
Yes, old
Yeah.
school country.
Old school
actually.
country.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it
Conway Twitty Country.
no, it is. Isn't it? Hamilton the Fourth. George Hamilton the Fourth sings it.
David Allen Coe.
Does he?
Yeah.
Okay.
But no.
All right. I'll check it.
Yeah.
I'll check it after.
Yeah.
It's David Allen Coe.
David Allen Coe.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Sit. Can we just sit?
Oh, you've just done that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I realised that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check George Hamilton the Fourth.
That's 999 more music facts to go before you get right again over it. One of the time a job I worked in before, had music playing in the background, just my music, and 2 songs came on one after the other. First one was Talk Talk, It's My Life.
Yep.
Just on shuffle. Very varied playlist I've got. And the girl I was working with went, isn't this Gwen Stefani's song?
Oh, God, yeah.
And I was like, quite famously not.
Yeah.
And then I'd never heard, no doubt that Gwen Stefani was in. Put it on.
Yeah.
I then go and put on How Soon Is Now by the Smiths.
Yeah.
My favourite Smiths song by at least a million miles. And she went, hang on a minute, this is that Tattoo.
Brilliant.
And we then go and listen to Tattoo's version.
Yeah.
All the things she said, Tattoo.
All the things she said, genre Russian pop.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they're definitely two examples where a cover, in my opinion, does not work. Has not superseded the original.
The original.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Going back to number 2, you said something really interesting before we started.
Yeah.
About Johnny Cash.
Yeah, I think Johnny Cash. A lot of people love that version. Do you know what? I'm going to get absolutely slated for saying this, but I don't think it's not a song that I want to listen to all the time. I think it is a good song, and I think Johnny Cash did a good version of a good song. However, I don't think it's an amazing version of an amazing song. Do you know what I mean?
It's not even an amazing version of a good song.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's a bad song. It's
a great song,
It's obviously a good song, but I think the way that people rank it is way too high for me.
Would it be because it's one of the last songs he ever recorded?
Yeah, I think it's because it's that.
You can hear it in his voice.
You can hear that he's old and he's dying, and
he's still got a little bit of Johnny Cash left in it.
Yeah, and the lyrics are very, very what's it called? Poignant
Depressing.
with that. Yeah. Well, they are. And
Similar to the very famous, and not if you were to put it basic purely on performance, Elvis again, Unchained Melody.
Yeah.
Like as a performance, not taking into account the situation and the time and everything else, it's not a great performance.
Yeah.
Unchained Melody's not a great performance. I'm sorry, I beg to differ on that one.
Yeah, I
think it's brilliant. I think it's a fantastic version.
Take into consideration the whole thing.
Yeah, well, in 6 weeks later, he's dead, isn't he?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. So if he died 10 years later, would that performance be as iconic?
Well, no, because you're talking about something that hasn't happened or has happened. Yeah, you're talking about.
No, I get where you're coming from.
Yeah, I'm saying like
would that performance be so iconic if he didn't die 6 weeks later?
Yeah,
but died 10 years later.
Mm-hmm.
Would people still go, "Oh, that version of Unchained Melody"? You know, it's
exactly as it was.
Exactly. Yeah,
but
exactly.
He died in 1987 instead.
Yeah. Would it still be as iconic?
I can't answer that.
Yeah, no, that's a weird one, isn't it? It's a great version though.
Yeah, I love it. I've watched it many times. A little tear in the cinema when the Elvis film came out, and they put it alongside each other. Yeah.
But the Righteous Brothers version.
Who?
The Righteous Brothers.
Righteous Brothers, yeah.
That version is good.
Yeah, Robson and Jerome's version.
Is good.
Yeah.
Even Gareth Gates.
I was going to say,
I was going to say there is one. I couldn't decide if it was one.
And he did Spirit in the Sky as well.
He
didn't
did,
he?
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's a great. You know who owns the copyright for that song?
No.
Paul McCartney.
Does he really?
Yeah, Paul McCartney owns Unchained Melody.
Does he?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Story has it, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but the story has that he bought it for a tenner.
Right. So if I want to cover that song, I've got to ring up Paul.
Yeah.
Well, you've got to give me your number, mate.
You have to go on a podcast.
Welcome all the time. You're welcome anytime.
Yeah. No
Can I just say one more cover
go
which I
for it,
really love, and that is Beth Hart's version of "I'd Rather Go Blind."
Oh yeah, that's a great song.
I think that's Joe Bonamassa and Jeff Beck.
Yeah. Really?
She does it with Jeff Beck as well. Yeah, and Joss Stone does a good version of it as well. But also Ruby Turner does a good version of it as well.
She does.
Yeah.
Yeah. And speaking of Ruby Turner, she does an absolutely flipping, oh my goodness, version of "Peace in the Valley" with Jules Holland. Oh,
yeah.
That is if that don't make the hairs on the back of your neck grow hairs, then you're not human, because that is just one of them moments.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd rather go blind by Beth Hart is a really, really good. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, there's some.
So many cuts.
So
I've got so many in my head that keep on coming up.
Yeah, every now and again I just get, it's like 3 minutes past, it's like there's another one. Like they're just filtering through nice.
Yeah.
I've just got David Watts by the Jam.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like Pete says, it's all been done before.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he does.
It's all been done before.
But Pete's like, he's been very, very narrow-minded, isn't he? Because he says, why would I want to listen to John Mayer doing Little Wing when I can hear the original?
Yeah.
And it's, but
Yeah.
he's got a point, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So with
Don't do an exact replica. Do your own spin on it.
Version. Yeah.
So one that just came to my head, Carole King. Was that written for Aretha?
Carole King wrote it for Aretha, and then Carole King 10 years later
10 years later, right?
played it on Tapestry.
Did she?
That was the song.
No, was that?
Carole King, Tapestry. Aretha Franklin.
Oh, right, that was
Natural Woman.
Natural Woman. Yeah. No,
You made me feel like an actual woman.
No, it was about 4 years difference, I think.
Five?
Natural Woman was
1961.
what, for Aretha Franklin?
Yeah,
Seriously?
I want to say so.
I thought it was about 68.
Is this going to be 2 in one day?
I thought it was about 68 myself.
Similar. Did she write "You Got a Friend" for James Taylor, or did he cover Carole King?
I thought, was You Got a Friend written by Carole King?
Carole King, yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
I thought
You're
James
doing it on
Taylor.
purpose now.
I
aren't
am,
you?
yeah.
It was 1968.
That's it. 998 to go.
Sorry.
And then Carole King did it a couple of years later.
Yeah, she did, yeah.
72.
Yeah, she said,
70.
yeah. 70 or 70, 71, yeah.
And what's the other one on that album as well, Carole King?
Will You Still
Graham.
Love Me Tomorrow?
That's it. Who did that?
The Shirelles did that in 61.
That's where...
Oh, and
Yeah.
she wrote that for.
You
She
knew
wrote
I was
that.
going there,
Yeah, I
didn't
knew, yeah. She wrote,
It's like, he'll get there.
Yeah, she wrote that for the Shirelles with
Right.
Jerry Goffin.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
in 61.
in 61. Yeah.
She was only about
Yeah.
17, 18.
Well, she wrote all the stuff. She wrote a lot of stuff.
Late 50s, wasn't it?
Yeah, late 50s. She wrote, her first song was called It Might As Well Rain Until September, which was 1958, right? And she was 16 at the time. And she was writing stuff for, like, even the Beatles, you've got Chains on there, written by Carole King and,
Yeah.
Jerry
Even some of
Goffin.
the singles that Graham pulls out of nowhere, it says King Goffin
Yeah.
on it, and it's
Yeah.
1962, 1963.
yeah.
I've never even heard the song.
I know.
Mad.
What about Alien Ant Farm, Smooth Criminal?
Do you know, it's a good version. It's a good version. A lot
You
of
really
people,
put that song on the map.
Yeah. A lot of people rate that higher than Michael Jackson's, though.
Yeah.
Some people do. Yeah.
What about Counting
Okay.
Crows' Big Yellow Taxi? You ever heard that version?
I can't say I have. No.
I haven't. No.
Ooh.
Good.
Not better than Joni Mitchell's.
No. I was going to say. But yeah. Loads.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was Counting Crows.
Yeah. Piece of My Heart by Janis Joplin. That's the last one I'll say.
Yeah.
Originally by Aretha Franklin's sister, I think.
The live performance on YouTube, Pete Doherty, Drugs Don't
Funny.
Work.
Oh, yeah.
Irma, is it?
Huh?
Irma Franklin.
Irma Franklin. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Anyway, thanks a lot, gents.
No, we
Yeah.
could go on for ages about
Yeah, I was going to say, there's loads to keep on. But
I
we're,
can't believe how many
I know.
I didn't think we'd come out with the 5 million.
I don't think we've nailed it either.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
We haven't actually got a
I
definitive
don't think
list, have we?
we've achieved anything.
No, no.
Yeah, we've just sat and spoke
certainly
about it.
Yeah, we certainly haven't 9 Inch nailed it. Sorry.
No. Yeah.
We've not covered everything.
But yeah, all those listening, please put your suggestions in the comments, because we could probably talk another hour about good covers and
Just keep doing
and
this all
whatever.
night, every 3
absolutely.
minutes. Just go,
Yeah. Yeah. So thank you very much, gents, and thank you very much for joining us on this podcast. As I said before, if you want to catch up on our previous episodes, they're all available on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you enjoy your podcasts. And if you want to support the shop, we've got tons and tons of records here, everything from £1 all the way up to those rare expensive records that you might be after. And if you want to subscribe to our channel, please hit the subscribe button, hit that follow button on our Instagram and our Facebook, and follow our content everywhere we put our content. So thank you very much again, Chris, Tom, Dad,
Thank
and
you.
we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Thanks, Dan.
Thank you.
See you later.